Pine resin is a byproduct of our forestry industry, and recently a letter of intent was signed between a local business, Pacific Pine Derivatives, and American investors to develop a unique technology to extract pine resin and separate it into turpentine and rosin. Commodities that are in big demand worldwide as the basis for a multitude of high-value products, including inks, varnishes, adhesives, soap, soda, fluxes, sealing wax and fragrances. The rosin and turpentine would be extracted from stumps of pine trees, which is where the greatest concentration of resin is located, and stumps make up as much as a third of the mass of a tree. Mr Mountford of Pacific Pine Derivatives has grown up in the New Zealand forestry and petrochemical industry. He says he has been working on this process for 8 years, and as stumps are normally left to rot in the ground once logging has been completed, this has represented a significant wasted opportunity. The new joint venture project will bring 12 million New Zealand dollars of direct investment into the central North Island.
Our business plan over the next 5 years is actually, we've said, 200 jobs, 50 on the first stage. Our business plan is for $1 billion business, and with our investors agreeing to reinvest for the first 3 years all profits, that accelerates our business plan, and we have further opportunities to grow this. And with these people behind us, they're very committed to achieving that business plan. So that would be more like 500 jobs in our factory in the end of that 5 years.
It's a commodity, the off-take products. There's always the danger that commodity prices are affected and adjusted. But beyond that, a lot of the things we thought were risks before we came here, we now see as mitigated or even turned into strengths. We were a little scared about investing so far away from home, but having been in New Zealand now, albeit for a short amount of time, and seeing the welcome and the eagerness and the support that the forestry industry has here, we're very comfortable.
So Ray, we understand that Kaingaroa is one of the options for the site. What are the other options?
Well, we are talking to people in Kaura, and we have looked at the down by Murupara as well. One of the real issues when I've gone to council and that is that they basically there's no zoned industrial areas. This is so it's very difficult to find access, and one of the key things that makes this work is if we can have a site that's on the off-road access. That's a critical component of what makes this work. That's the off-road highway access so we can carry lots of stumps, get them onto the site for that competitive cost, and so that is a key to making this work. Obviously, being located in the centre of the forest there's a whole lot of sense in that, and once we've made the high-value product, then we can afford to ship it out. We can't be, so we don't want to be sitting up at Tauranga carting stumps. We want to be where the trees are, and that's why there's no bigger forest than Kaingaroa and the volcanic plateau, I should say.
Taking the money we make out of the company and out of the region initially, we would actually reinvest. So our intention is not to take any profits or dividends for the first 2 years because of the support we've seen here. Again, Elspeth's here from Scion, and we didn't know that existed. We didn't know we had the political support here. We didn't know there was a technical college that could produce the kind of labour. So yes, our intention isn't just to come into a community, it's to reinvest in the community beyond just the initial piece. We hope that 200 jobs is typically. Well, one of the things that was interesting to me going around Scion was the fact that they're working on some bioproducts to replace petrochemicals. I've done a lot of investing in the housing business where we use petrochemical derivatives to build homes in foam, and seeing biofoam, as it were. Elspeth will probably correct me on the title from Scion, but seeing biofoam there, that's a potential that we may even look to invest beyond just the forest products, but just within the forest piece. If you start producing rosin out of the trees, as we intend to do with Ray, there's every reason to believe that other industries will spring up around that, both to provide us with the stumps, but also to deal with the rosin once it's produced. There's no reason why everything has to leave the country in containers just as rosin and go somewhere else and have the value added to it. We'd hope that if people find out that there's rosin coming out of the factory gates here, that they could add the value to that rosin here in New Zealand and create even more jobs and even more value in the export market as well.
Local MP Todd McClay said that such a big investment and development at Kaingaroa village, where the plant is planned to be built, will make a huge difference to an area that has experienced high levels of unemployment.
So I think there's a bit of a challenge all over New Zealand for regional and local government to look at what we need to do to attract investors. Not to make it difficult for them, not to make our planning processes so drawn out that they choose to go somewhere else. After all, these guys can take their money anywhere in the world that they want to. To say to them, it's a great place to live, it's a great place to work, it's a great place to play. We want you here. Bring your money, bring your investment, bring your job.
I care deeply about New Zealand. I care deeply about Bay of Plenty. I grew up in Matata, just down the road there. My parents are in forestry; they're farming just down the road there. And those things, my family, jobs, being able to bring. I did dairy industry as my background, and to be able to bring manufacturing into other areas of New Zealand, I've always felt that we were benefit of that expertise, and I think that it's one of my aims in this company is to develop real manufacturing capability in New Zealand, in particular around forestry. I believe that we have the opportunity, the technical capability, and the people in this country to be more competitive than others, and we have the resource.
Finally, it will come to good ideas and people like Ray working hard, believing in themselves and going out with their ideas and attracting others. It was going to happen sooner or later. I'm just glad it's happened here in Rotorua, and I'm glad that we were able to convince Ray to bring his business here and to keep it here. It's jobs for us and our local people.